The Assassin's Creed games were some of my favorite games growing up, so much so that I've got the logo tattooed on me. But as time went on, the games got bigger, I played less and less of them. Some I'm glad I missed, some not so much. So I thought, seeing as my platinum journey is well underway, why not go ahead and platinum every mainline Assassin's Creed game there is, starting with Assassin's Creed 2. Unfortunately, there's no platinum for Assassin's Creed 1, but I could get the Xbox achievement for it. If that's something you're interested in, just let me know in the comments. We've already got the platinum for Assassin's Creed Mirage, so that one's already crossed off the list. So we're going to be starting with Assassin's Creed 2 and working through them in order of release. We start with Desmond Miles, still trapped by Abstergo, reliving memories of his ancestors. With the help of Lucy, he escapes, taking the memories of one of his ancestors, Ezio Auditore, from Renaissance Italy. Once he escapes, he joins an assassin team using a new animus to dive into Ezio's past.
Is Rebecca Crane.
Nice to meet you, Desmond.
Right, well, it's been lovely chatting, but if you don't mind, Desmond, it's best we get straight to work.
It's here we relive Ezio's birth, as well as getting a handful of trophies. Ezio's story begins in Florence, 1459. He's a carefree, young noble living the good life.
Afraid to handle things yourself? Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
That is, until it's all ripped away. His father and brothers are framed for treason by a corrupt official, Uberto Alberti, and publicly executed. Ezio barely escapes with his mother and sister, swearing revenge. He then hunts down Uberto and kills him, and soon after discovers the plot runs deeper. Ezio flees to his uncle Mario's villa in Monteriggioni, where Mario then trains him in the ways of the assassins. Completing each of the chapter sequences will get you a trophy for each, so the story progression ties directly to the platinum journey. From here, Ezio's life becomes a long campaign of vengeance and discovery. He travels all across of Italy, dismantling the Templar network, piece by piece. Along the way, he builds allies with Leonardo da Vinci, who deciphers his codec pages for him and gives him new gadgets, Caterina Sforza, a fierce noblewoman, and many others who help him strike back at the Templars. Throughout the years, then, Ezio eliminates the key figures, the Pazzi conspirators who tried to kill the Medici, Venetian leaders who, like Carlo Grimaldi, who betray their own, even Rodrigo Borgia, a powerful cardinal who reveals himself to be the head of the Templars. Ezio actually spares Rodrigo after their first clash, but believing revenge won't solve everything, showing his growth from the hothead nobleman to the true assassin that he is today. Unfortunately though, Rodrigo isn't finished. He rises to power as Pope Alexander VI, seeking the mystical Apple of Eden, an artifact of the first civilization that grants immense power. Ezio finally confronts him beneath the Vatican. The two battle, but when Ezio gains the upper hand, he refuses to kill Rodrigo, declaring that the assassins fight to free people, not dominate them.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done.
Instead, Ezio unlocks a hidden temple beneath the Vatican, where a hologram of Minerva, one of the first civilization members, appears. But here's the twist. She isn't talking to Ezio at all. She's speaking directly to Desmond, through him, through the memories, warning of a great catastrophe that once destroyed their civilization is going to happen again. Ezio is left confused, realizing his role was never about personal revenge, but it was about carrying out a much larger plan.
The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
Back in present day, Desmond absorbs Ezio's skills through the bleeding effect, only for Abstergo's forces to arrive. Using Ezio's newly learned moves, Desmond fights back, escaping with the assassins. The story ends with the war between the assassins and the Templars heating up, and the mystery of the first civilization needing more investigation. With the story complete, we unlocked these trophies. And some of the miscellaneous ones we unlocked throughout that story was Lightning Strike for sprinting 100 meters. High Dive for performing a leap of faith off of the tallest building in the game, which is Giotto's Campanile. We get tip of the iceberg for using our eagle vision to scan a glyph in the environment. We get a piece of the puzzle for unlocking a piece of Subject 16's video. We then get Handyman for building an upgrade to the stronghold. And we get I Like the View. Now, thankfully, in this game, you do not need to unlock every single skydive or sink point. Like in the newer games, this one only requires you to find 10 of them. Although unlocking more does help you get around the map as it unlocks what you can see. We got Undertaker for discovering an assassin tomb under the Santa Maria Novella. We got Mailman for intercepting a Borgia courier.
I'm just a messenger.
We then got Man of the People for tossing 300 coins on the ground. And the only kind of missable one, it is and it isn't missable, is Fly Swatter for kicking a guard off using the flying machine, which you have to get when you use Da Vinci's flying machine in the game. But if I remember rightly, I think they added something so that you can do that post-game if you want. I don't know if that's on this new version of the game, but it was in the original. With the story complete, the remaining trophies can be split into a few sections: combat, collectibles, and miscellaneous trophies. The combat trophies were some of the trophies that I just could not do in the original, leaving me with 2 short of the platinum. No Hitter and Sweeper were the ones that I missed, but when I tried this, trophy guides weren't a thing, or they weren't sort of things of that nature that I would use, so I never took advantage of them. This time I did, and this made it a whole lot easier. If you go to the palace at Venice, cause the soldiers to chase you, it's a whole lot easier. Sweeper is for picking up a long weapon and sweeping 5 guards all at once. No Hitter was one that I had the most trouble with originally, as I was constantly trying to dodge. And if you've ever played this game, you'll know full well that that would never happen. Luckily, you just grab a bunch of smoke bombs and poof, you take them all out easy peasy. So much so that now that I know how to do it, I'm probably going to go back and clean up that old one and get an extra platinum.
He's right there.
The Trophy Doctor is for airborne taking out a soldier that is poisoned. You just have to be incognito and then poison them and then get up high, do an air assassination before the poison takes its toll. Messer Sandman is for throwing sand in 4 soldiers' faces at once. This is awkward as the AI position themselves in a certain way that makes it especially difficult. In the end, I just kept spamming the throw sand button and it eventually worked. Macho Man is for defending a woman's honor. You essentially beat a man to a pulp for cheating on his missus. Assassin for Hire is for completing an assassination side quest. Thankfully, though, you only need to do 1 of them and not all of them. And finally, for the combat trophies, we have Street Cleaners. All we have to do is hide 5 bodies in 5 bales of hay after taking them out, and it's done. There are a whole host of random trophies to do throughout your playthrough, and while I did all of these in the post-game, it's very much attainable to do while you're completing the story. Kleptomaniac is for pickpocketing 1,000 florins. There's a quick and easy way to do this. The preacher that you can pay off to turn your notoriety down, pay him off and then immediately pickpocket him to get your money back. Podesta of Monteriggioni is for getting 80% strength at your villa. You do this by renovating everything you can, purchasing purchasing paintings, unlocking things, and it will pop relatively easily.
I'll just count it again.
Perfect Harmony is for tinting your clothes with 2 specific coloured dyes, and Victory lies in preparation for buying and upgrading all blades, item pouches, and armour upgrades available.
A pleasure, Messere. Come again.
Art Connoisseur is for buying a painting in Florence and then buying a painting in Venice.
Don't forget to
Steal home is winning a race against the thief. Again, there are a lot of them in the game, but you only need to do one for the trophy. Red Light Addict is for spending 5,000 florins on courtesans. You use these to sort of hide in plain sight, take attention away from soldiers, but I didn't really use them, and it's 150 florins per use. So all I did was just run around one of the maps, buy each one I see, rinse and repeat.
Give me a minute.
There are also different coloured capes that you can wear in different cities to remain incognito, but there is one, the auditore cape, which makes you fully notorious immediately, meaning every soldier takes a run at you. You get the trophy for wearing the cape in each available map. The collectibles on this are a nightmare. There are a bunch you need to do in this game, so you need to get codex pages just to even finish the story mode. You need to complete every tomb to get a key from them. You need to collect 8 statues inside Monteriggioni. There are 20 glyph symbols to find, and last but certainly not least is 100 feathers. The tombs are for a famous assassin throughout history leading up to Ezio's time, and behind each stone key lets you then finally unlock Altair's armor. Each tomb is a puzzle room and also tests your ability to parkour and make the right jumps, which I can say to you now, that is one thing that they didn't change about this updated game for the worst. It's like you can hold your controller in the same direction, wanting to go the same way for 3 jumps and end up going in 3 completely different directions. Anyway, there are 6 tombs to complete. One of them we did in the story, and the other 5 gave us the following trophies. The 100 feathers, while there are a lot of them, they are somewhat noticeable. Problem was, when I thought I'd followed all the maps correctly, but I ended up with 3 short. But me, like the moron I am, I went back going through every single one again with no success, only to find out that halfway through there is a DNA setting that tells you how many you have in each map. That finally narrowed it down for me at least, and we ended up, after a lot of looking around, getting the trophy. This collectible, even back in the original, was probably, and is probably still to this day, one of my most favourite collectibles to do in a game for what it did in the game and my thought process of what a collectible could actually be. The glyph markings left by Subject 16, you need to find them, and once you found them, complete a puzzle. Once you find them, you complete a puzzle involved. It gives you a segment of footage. Once you get them all, you get the trophy along with the full footage, which shows that Adam and Eve were members of the first civilization, and that Eden was a remote compound where the pieces of Eden were created, and showing you them escape with the apple, insinuating that this is the true story of Adam and Eve from the Bible.
My mind is gone. Eve.
Lastly, we have 8 statues dotted around Monteriggioni. Just collect them. You don't even need to put them on the base that it asks you to, and you'll get the trophy. Along with that, that's when I got the platinum. Assassin's Creed 2 is such a good game from a story aspect, and it was the story that gripped me. The fact that all religion and history can all come from a predated race, and finding out why they're not around now, all while playing games in different historical periods, to this day is still one of the best premises for a game I've played. Problem is, I don't remember it being so difficult to play. The parkour mechanic, while it's now refined, you can see that it has many flaws in this game. The combat system was very hit and miss. You either just spam square in the hopes that you get a hit, or you need to parry 6 times in a row to get just 1 kill on a big brute. And the fact that even in the post game, in the areas where you are not being hunted and you are actually welcome, you cannot go on rooftops, which the game designers made as the optimal way of traversing each map, making it an absolute pain. Either way though, this game is a classic, and I am so glad that I started this series, as I'm looking forward to taking in the story again properly. If you're looking forward to seeing these, the playlist is going to be here, and make sure to subscribe so you do not miss any more of the content.